Okay, all right. It's part 3 of me in Scientology. Now, originally, I was on the communication course, did the communication course, liked it, and then went on to do some training. I wanted to do some training. I wanted to be an auditor, but I ended up here right now with the Sea Org Registrar. We're going to go through this. So this is me at the Sea Org Reg. Yeah, I know Scientology makes the able more able. I know that. I do. I do. Yeah. Uh, what do you mean? No, I'm not a flick. I'm not. I'm not. Uh, okay. I read that. I got it. Yeah, I want to clear the world. I do. Sorry. I didn't laugh. Okay, I'm not laughing at you. I'm not. I'm serious. I want to join the Sea Org. I do. A 1 billion-year contract? Are you serious? A 1 billion-year contract? I mean, I know I heard this. My friends told me this. Oh God, don't even think about it. A 1 billion-year contract, you and me for 1 billion years. Really? Well, okay. What else? What other game is there on planet Earth? Well, I can think of a few that I might want to do. But I guess you got a point. I mean, if we're really going to clear mankind and make everybody better and, the whole world is going to be better. Okay. All right. I'm joining. All right. I'm going to be part of the Sea Org. I'm with it. Okay, great. So now we're out on, when I was in, this is 1972, we're out on some tanker out in LA Harbor, right? So here I am on the ship, and it's like, yo ho, hey man, what's happening? What's happening today? All right, okay, I got it. All right, okay, I got it. Hill 10, Hill 10, Hill 10. Okay, what is it? Oh, fuck, man. We're gonna get killed. They're gonna declare us suppressive. What the fuck happened? Who was on watch? We were all sleeping, and this fucking moron lets all the oil out of this tanker. So now up comes the Coast Guard, and we're like, oh shit, fuck, I didn't do it. You do it. You got to come up with something. You got to come up with something. You're the one who let the oil out. All right, okay. Scientology is cause over matter, energy, space, and time. All right, okay. Yeah, we are. We are. Okay. Does oh God, the Coast Guard's here. Somebody go talk to the Coast Guard. Okay. All right, me. Hi. Yeah, I know the oil. We're new. We're Scientologists, and we're new, and this oil got leaked out, and we'll fix it. We will. Scientology makes things go right. They do, right? Okay. So this kid gets an idea. He used to work on a farm. He says, if we can get hay, spread it around in LA Harbor, around the boat, it'll soak up the oil. Now we're rowing around in the boat, picking up the hay, right? Putting it in the rowboat, rowing it back to this big tanker, putting it on the tanker. Now we're sure, the guy said, have it here, have it all up by 4 o'clock, or we're going to pay, you have to pay $10,000. Now in 1972, $10,000 is a lot of money. So we're like, holy shit, we got to get this crap up, right? Okay, is it up? Is it up? You got all of it? Everything? Every single bit of it? Oh, Lord, this is really, really scary, but very important. We're very important. I know. I got it. We're helping mankind. We are. No, I'm doing what I'm doing. I am. I'm with it. I am. I'm with the program. Okay. 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 Here comes the Coast Guard. Ah, shit. All right. You guys line up. Line up behind me. Okay. Hi. Yeah. I know. They start driving around the ship, all the way around the ship, all the way around the ship. There's no oil. And the guy looks at us and we go, told you, we're Scientologists. We make things go right. True story. How pathetic is that? Now, as a follow-up, years later, after I've been out helping with OSA, handling the critics and all this stuff, I finally escaped out of Scientology. I'm going to keep filling in gaps, but I just want to tell you this one story about handling, we made it go right. I run into Laurel Sullivan. She was L. Ron Hubbard's personal PR, right? And so I'm talking to her at a party and I'm like, I don't get it. I was like really successful. Not really, but I was like pretty successful. I was. Actually, I was really successful in PR with Scientology. And she goes, exactly. And you were never trained in L. Ron Hubbard's PR, were you? And I said, no, actually, I wasn't. And she said, that's right. And that's why you were successful. We who were trained in L. Ron Hubbard's PR were kicked out of every single port in the world. And that's from L. Ron Hubbard's personal PR. So, it's one of those things where stuff like that, like, oh, we made it go right. We're Scientologists. It's just like, it's so awful. But it's the weirdo stuff that Scientologists do. And they do end up making enemies all around because of that kind of stuff. Anyway, there you go. That's my Sea Org. What happened, just the finale of the Sea Org thing was I was in it for a very short time, and then I ran out of my medicine for epilepsy. And so I went to the head guy and said, I got to get my medicine. I'm out of my medicine for epilepsy. And he said, tough. We'll send you down to the MLO, the medical liaison officer. I said, what's the MLO? And he said, it's the medical liaison officer. And I go down there and they're like, well, Tori, we're the Sea Org. We're the top 10% of the planet. We don't take medicine. So we're going to write you out a program. You do it. Get off your medication. That'll be it. And I ended up having tons of grand mal seizures, lost my short-term memory. It was a nightmare. Knocked out my front teeth. My mother, thank God, stayed on it and just kept staying on it. And finally, one night, I went out on a date the next day. And I know I've told you guys this, but in case anybody new's here, my mom called. I went out on this date. She called me the next day. And she was like, hey, honey, how was your date? And I was like, what date? And my mom at that point said, okay, that's it. Either you're on your medication today, and your doctor calls me today and tells me you are on your medication today, or my mother, is personally going to fly out from Chicago to Los Angeles. And she said, and trust me, L. Ron Hubbard and the Church of Scientology will never forget your mother. And I knew my mom. She could kick serious ass. And I knew my dad was a celebrity. I knew she would not only kick their ass, she would be on the media lines. And I didn't want to have seizures anyway. Who wants to have a grand mal seizure? So it was like, good, that's it. I'm back on my medicine. And thus out of the Sea Org. They routed me out, said I owed $100,000 or something. I said, bullshit. You broke my contract. They said, no, you left. I said, I didn't leave. You're the ones routing me out. And I said, give me a pencil and a piece of paper. I'm going to write the one sane man I know. I wrote to L. Ron Hubbard, which in the Skeptic Society, they all cracked up over that, which was a good point. Anyway, I wrote to Hubbard, and he wrote me back and said, you're right. You only owe for staff status 1 and 2. You don't owe a freeloader's debt. Get auditing up in the HGC, and we will see you up the line. So it was basically handle epilepsy and we'll see you up the line. So that was the end of my Sea Org thing. I have more things that I ended up going on non-Sea Org staff, but that was it for the Sea Org. So there you go. That's my Sea Org Scientology story. I hope you liked it. I hope you're enjoying this. It's many, many years ago, but it's fun things that happened back then. Fun and not fun, but that was it back then. Different time. Love you guys. Bye-bye.